Okay, hopefully I'm live. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can see me. You can feel me. All that other good stuff. Welcome to week 48. I think I put week 48 up there. Saving by the numbers. And also in America, for those folks that are not American, for those folks that may not celebrate, it is Black Friday, Thanksgiving Day weekend. Thank you for coming by. I don't know, maybe eating some extra turkey. Maybe you're getting it in with the leftovers. Hopefully those leftovers are slapping, or they're hitting the right way. But also be careful because salmonella hits that way too. So you got to make sure not to keep those Thanksgiving leftovers, too long. But without further ado, I do have my $2. Let me get that right. My $2, my last $2 for I say $2 May, for $2 November. This is what this is. On the last Friday of November, not the last day. Tomorrow is the last day, of November. For those folks that don't know that. But I've been saving, for those folks that don't know, I've been saving $2 in the month of November, and it's been going down from $12 in January all the way down to $2, and basically next month is $1, and that's how that whole particular situation goes. I don't expect a whole bunch of people to be on there, but shout out to the replay gang for watching, in the replay. Anybody that watches it, I appreciate you folks. But I'm here just to talk for a little bit. Forgive the fish tank in the background if you hear that. I don't know if you hear me, but I'll go back and look at this video or this live stream and see what's really good. There's a whole lot of stuff going on with YouTube anyway now, with Copa and everything like that. But I digress from all that. I'm glad that everybody's safe. I'm glad that everybody's good. Hopefully you're good. If you're going through anything, prayers up and well wishes to you, however things is transpiring in your life, in your world, you know as far as that goes. But back to the business of taking care of business. Finding the motivation to save, especially around the holidays on a day like Black Friday. I even spent some money today. I ain't gonna lie to you, on trying to get deals and stuff like that. It's a challenge, because you say, well, why should I save money when there's so many deals out there? Maybe you could save for Black Friday. Maybe you could put money to the side for this time of year and say, hey, maybe I want to have money for deals and different things that I, particularly have out there. And you could do that. Shout out to the one person that's in the chat. You could do that. But finding the motivation to save is challenging because, there's so many things we want to do with our money. We want to spend our money. It burns a hole in our pocket. Even, this $2 here could be burning a hole in my pocket. I want to spend it on a Black Friday deal. Who knows, wherever that's going to go, how that transpires. But I think the motivation to save comes with understanding your goals, understanding what you want to do, having money set aside for the holidays and Black Friday, but also making sure that basically, I don't want to say compartmentalize, but you kind of, put it in perspective. You put it in the way that it needs to be as far as, what you do with your money. It's nothing wrong with spending money. It's nothing wrong with having money. You know, both are equally important as it pertains to the holidays. But it's about sticking to your goals. I think the motivation is there. Let's say you have something that you want to do in the new year. Maybe this is a New Year's resolution for you. Maybe this is something that holds significance or value to you like that. Maybe it's something you're paying off a final debt. Maybe it is that you're trying to take a trip to a place that you've never been. Maybe you're trying to do things that you particularly want to do that you never thought were possible. But all you needed to do was just have the motivation, or not the motivation, it's just to have the money. And sometimes that is the motivation. Or maybe you made a promise to yourself that you wanted to buy something, for the holidays or for yourself or treat yourself. Maybe it's something that you want to do for your kids coming up next year, graduation, or something you want to buy a grandchild. It's something you want to reward yourself with coming into the new year. Whatever the thing is, finding the motivation is about having a goal, having a set thing that you're saving for so you can push yourself through. And also, too, what's important as you're saving, by the numbers, as you're saving money going into the end of the year, is to save low amounts. That's why this savings plan that I was on, it makes sense. You have low amounts. You have it where I have this, I mean, Black Friday or whatever the case may be, and things happen, and folks are going through their thing and going into debt. And I don't judge people for going into debt, but at some point you're gonna need money to pay for, the debt that you accumulate during the holidays. So to me, it's like, okay, how do I put myself in a position where I don't have to go into debt or I don't have to be in a situation where I'm constantly in the hole? And that's learning to put money to the side for certain things that you may want to do. And it's not a hard thing. It may be challenging. It may be something that people don't want to get into because they feel like it's not something they can do. Maybe it's not something they feel like is important. Maybe you don't have the right job, whatever it is. And then people say, well, maybe you shouldn't have money because it's a vehicle that loses money and money depreciates in value from the moment you get it. And I think, like I said many times to folks out there, anybody that's listening, anybody that cares, it's not so much about saving money to have money and holding it in your hand or penny pinching or anything like that. It's about having it to do something with it. This money is here to be mobilized or to be put together for something. Maybe, I want to buy a house someday, or I want to get a certain type of car, or I want to go on a certain type of trip. I want to have collateral and show people and financial institutions that I know what I'm doing with my money. Because I'll tell people, as far as Americans are concerned, the average American doesn't even have $1,000 in their bank account. The average American. That means, me, you, whoever is out there watching, doesn't have $1,000 in their bank account. Some people may say, well, I'm the one that has $1,000 in their bank account. But when you look around America, there's more people who don't have $1,000 in their bank account. There's more people who can't afford one medical bill, one big medical bill, and that turns into something else. So, like I said, those are some of the things that I think about as it pertains to, the motivation to save. Around, especially around this Black Friday, especially around this, holiday season and stuff like that. And I get it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with spending money and doing whatever it is you do, and going out there and doing that. But don't forget that there's things in the new year that you want to do. What's up, Rock Truck? Appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. I'm out here. Yeah, I'm out here trying to do the best that I can, with what I got. Giving you the best that I got. Anyway, that's what that is. But like I said, this is for those folks that wanna. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. But like I said, I'm out here just trying to talk to the people and put it out there to the world. Let folks know that it's possible, even if it's a little bit of money at a time. It doesn't take a whole lot of money to begin to, get a whole lot more. This is something that I've been doing since January. And, for anybody that's been following along, it's been a long, arduous journey. So, you do what you got to do. We got in the way of YouTube. Working got in the way of YouTube. Yeah, well, oh, okay. Well, listen, as far as work getting in the way of YouTube, don't worry about that. YouTube is a secondary thing when it comes to life, when it comes to doing what you got to do. YouTube will be around for now. There'll be some other social media platform. That's just what that is. You can't worry about that. But with that being said, I don't want to hold folks too long. For anybody that's watching this video in the replay, thank you for the folks that came through and just dropped by, dropped in and see what I was doing. It's here. It's what it is. Again, happy holidays to folks. Don't eat too much turkey, ham, or whatever you choose to eat. Salmonella is a real thing. But also, too, I'm trying to tell folks, begin to look at how you spend your money. Look at how you use your money in particular ways with things like that. Don't think that just, having a little bit, even a little bit at a time doesn't mean anything. A little bit can turn into a lot in a heartbeat. It's up to you what you do with your money. And I tell people, just, don't let folks tell you that it's impossible to save money, or it's impossible to do the things that you want to do, even with a little bit of money that you have out there. There's so many people telling you what you can and can't do because of the positions that you come from and the places that you are in life. And I say to that, screw all that. Who are you to say that I can't build it up slowly and begin to do things? And if one day put together an empire or a set of businesses or whatever the case may be in an honest, good, God fearing, blue collar way, who are you to say I can't do that stuff? So, with that being said, before this Black Friday is over, I appreciate you folks, whoever's watching, whatever time zone you're in. And if all hearts and minds are clear, take care, spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Nice to see you, Rock Truck Rob. Appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. If anybody else is watching as well and sees this in the replay, peace, love, blessings to you and your family out there. Thank you. Hopefully this is helpful.